Okay, so this is a Amenadiel and his 3 little guys that are all bigger than he is now. And their 6-week mark is next Monday. So they have like 5 days to go, and then they will be going out into the flight. They will be the only ones out in the flight. But they're ready. He's still feeding them. They're fat, sassy little things. The youngest chick ends up being the biggest one. The Crusted one is the smallest. And the Opaline has the best feather. She's big too, though. So, don't you fall in love with that baby girl. The good thing is that I will be putting hens out there with him pretty soon. Because these guys, this is Danube and Glory, and they are 25 days. Oh, look. Little Boo figured out how to climb up on your perch. He said, look at me. I'm a giant birdie now. So, like I said, I always like to see babies out walking around on the bottom of the cage. That tells me that Mama hasn't turned on them yet. And she hasn't been showing any inclination, and she gets to stay just as long as I don't see her looking like she wants to nest. This is Quinn and... Okay, what am I thinking? This is Quinn and Aster. And they're little guys. Their oldest 2 are theirs, and they are both Spangles. And they will both be blue, although one might be cobalt. That one looks like a sky blue. And then the youngest one is the neighbor's baby. Hi, little Boo, what you thinking? He says, what are you doing up there? Very interesting. Okay, Mama, I'll get out. This is Kobe. He's 1,000,000 years old, and this random female that I could never get to breed to anyone picked him. I wasn't at all sure he could fill an egg, but he has laid 7 eggs, and they are all developing. So, good job, old man. Let's see, who else we got here? This is Congo and Belle, and their 2 chicks hatched out, and they are fostering one of these 2 chicks, the oldest one. So I don't remember whether I told you this or not. Maybe not. This is Nile and Flo. Flo was nesting in front of the nest box instead of in the nest box, and I was pretty sure she was going to go on with it because she sat on the whole time. But the minute her first egg started to hatch, she freaked out, left the nest, and crawled into the nest box. I had no idea what she was thinking there. But I found them in time. I warmed up the last 2 eggs in my hand. The smallest embryo, the least developed one, was only like 4 days old. It fizzled. But the chick that was just about to hatch warmed up in my hand and started peeping at me from inside that eggshell. So I stuck it over here, and it hatched in this nest. And then they only had 2 embryos of their own anyway, and all 3 of them are in there, big and fat and sassy. I am running into calcium issues this time around, so I'm doing quite a lot of calcium boosting, but I kind of know why. So I've been neglecting their calcium for various and sundry reasons, and it's catching up to me. So this is Spring, who is in here purely to get her eye treated, but has not given up on the idea that she's going to breed, even though I took her male out weeks and weeks ago. She laid 1 egg in the nest box because she wouldn't drop it in the bottom of the cage, and she sat on it. So I gave her another egg and thought, well, she can be a foster for some of our cat's babies over there because she has way too many. So at this point, she's sitting on one of our cat's eggs and one of the foster hen's eggs, so a regular parakeet egg. And I was thinking I would, she keeps 3, she gets 2, and this girl up here reset before I knew what was happening. I was like, okay, so I saved the chick and I ignored him for a couple of days, and the next time I checked, she was in the nest box on eggs. But there was only 2, and today she just laid 3. One of them is blank, one of them is just getting started. The one in the middle, I can see the embryo in there, and I think I can see it moving, but it doesn't quite look right. So I'm not sure what's happening there. But I'm she's not going to lay very many eggs because she already laid like 9. So I'm thinking that she'll end up with an Arquette chick or 2 as well. So those three are my last three pairs laying. Let's see. So here's funny news. This is, well, you can't see her right now. This is brain fade. Lorraine? No, Lorraine's over there. This is Fontaine. That's right. This is Fontaine. Her husband is long gone because he was climbing in the nest box breaking the eggs. So, see, there's Mama feeding babies. She's still taking care of her little baby. You got to feed me, Mom. I'm still just a baby. Yeah, I need some eat and feed too. So anyway, Fontaine. So her husband was the only Spangle brother of three brothers that I was breeding to try. They had a father in common. They were half brothers, and I was breeding to try and get some Texas clear bodies out of them because their father was a Texas clear body, which means that they were all split to Texas clear bodies. I bred one of his brothers, a normal green, 3 times with a grand total of 14 chicks and never got a clear body out of him. I'm pretty sure he was not Liney's son, and that's why I never got a clear body. His mom was, playing hinky-pinky with somebody else. Probably Bubba, from the way their chicks came out looking. Anyway, but this other guy's full brother, they were in the nest together, was also a normal green. His name was Amazon. I bred him last time, fostered out 2 eggs, so I had 5 eggs altogether. Not a single Texas clear body among them. Well, with Colorado, I was not looking to get any Texas clear body chicks. I had given up, and he was a Spangle anyway, and a Spangle clear body is no good. So I was like, I bred him with Fontaine, who is also a Spangle, and I was looking for a double factor Spangle. So when I opened the box and I saw all that white down on that one little chick down there, I thought, oh yay, I got a double factor Spangle. But then her color started coming in, and she has color. The other thing that's strange is both of their parents are single factor Spangles, and both of these chicks are normals. They have no Spangle. And this baby, see how her wings, her feathers on the outside are going to be clear? And she has white down, and she has normal tail feathers. This is a Texas clear body chick. A normal one, no Spangle at all. I'm shocked and happily surprised. She's going to be beautiful too. So I'm very pleased about that, and I have 2 more chicks of theirs over there underneath my yellow-faced foster hen, who aren't far enough along for me to be able to tell what they got. So all of these guys, I was noticing that I was banding very late. Usually my chicks have really big feet and I have to band them early, but I was banding really late, and it finally dawned on me that these guys must be calcium deficient as well. So the youngest chick is now 6 days old, and I'm adding liquid calcium to their water, and I expect everybody's feet to make a big development. So that's a crisis averted right there. And I have 2 chicks in here, Sifs, and number 6 of these 2's babies. And this is Unakite and Larkspur. And Larkspur's other 2 babies, number 4 and 5, are in there, and her 7th is over there. So Larkspur's babies are coming along just fine. There are 2 more. This is Dacite down here, and I had to pull his hen because he was just plucking hell out of these babies. So I pulled her probably a week ago, and he's playing daddy all on his own, but he's doing a good job, and his babies are growing their down back. It's a little thin and spotty, but it's in there, and they're looking good. And there's some beautiful babies in there. That opaline right there is a yellow face, and I think one of the other ones is a yellow face too. And then he has 2 more babies over here in this foster hen. So this foster hen has 3 chicks. All the rest have only 2. 2 here, 2 here, and then these 2 over here are Colorado and Fontaine's 4th and 5th babies, because they had a 5th one. I'm sorry, 3rd and 4th babies. There was a 5th one, but it died. And they're too young for me to tell what they've got going. I'm still hoping for a double factor Spangle out of them. So that's going well. I don't know if you can see them from here. They're kind of way over there in the darkness, but the 3rd cage over is the Borks. And They are going along gangbusters. I have no idea what's happening in that box. There's Daddy right there. See the pink guy? I have no idea what's happening in that box, but he is feeding her faithfully. And they've bred before, so hopefully they'll be okay. Basically, I've decided what I'm going to do is, I've never worked with Borks before, so I don't know how freaked out they will or will not be about me handling their babies. Mom is hand-raised and pretty tame, but still, I don't want to mess anything up for no good reason. So, I'm going to start listening for peeps pretty soon, and when I hear the first peeps, I'll mark down the date, and 2 weeks later I'll pull the box to clean it and find out what I've got going in there. So, everybody else in here is doing good. I cleaned out that third flight way over there. You can see there's no hay on it, on the floor, because that is for the first of the babies that are going to launch from in the back. I have a little culling to do, clearly, but we're getting there. So, overall, things are going really well. I have those three last nest boxes. One of them is not a pair, it's just her. There's Spring. She's my baby's mom. And these two, I'm waiting to see how many she'll lay, and she'll end up picking up the back end of anything that Arquette has on overflow. If Arquette lays any more eggs, I will have to probably cull the normal parakeet egg out of here and put another one in here. It would just be a good idea. So, okay, so that's what. Look at this little fat babies in there. Oh, they're really cute. So these guys just got dumped out, so they have 2.5 weeks to go before they launch. You can tell which one is the youngest back there, but they all huddle together and keep him warm, so he's fine. And they're just ready. You can see how they're standing up, looking around. They've been gnawing on that piece of millet spray back there all day, so it's half empty, and life is good. Okay. Look at these three. So, what do you think, Dad? He seems to be finally kind of calming down. He's always been really afraid of me. Goes and flies onto the back wall of the cage to hide from me. But he seems to be calming down. Yeah, he's still taking care of his babies. He knows what to do. Although he seems to be focusing an awful lot on that last one, which might mean he thinks he's bonding to it. But that's okay. I'll put him out in the big flight where he's surrounded by other birds, and he'll stop thinking in terms of breathing real quick. So, okay. So that's the update.